This video was designed to talk you through how to prepare your notes on the Titanic Quarter redevelopment case study, and it will also have a look at an example question. If you look at your GCSE ebook, you will see that this red writing details what you are required to know about the case study. Students should be able to do two things. First of all, they need to demonstrate knowledge and understanding of one urban planning scheme. The urban planning scheme is the Titanic Quarter redevelopment, and here is our definition of sustainability, just so that we're clear what we need to know for this question. On the next page in your ebook, you will see that there is a description of the Titanic Quarter site. It talks about it being a 75-hectare site in the city centre. It talks about the company's aim. It talks about the fact that there will be over 7,500 apartments built and 900,000 metres squared of space are set aside for a variety of land use. Total cost is estimated to be around about £5 billion, and these sort of four pieces of information that we see here illustrate the sort of main facts and figures that I need the students to be able to talk about whenever they are describing this case study. The second thing that you need to be able to do is assess the extent to which this urban planning scheme is sustainable. Okay, so does it meet the needs of its current generation, but also the needs of future generations? If you come across to the next page of the GCSE ebook, you'll see that there are 5 main aspects of development which can be achieved. Aspect 1 is looking at the fact that this area is a brownfield site. So the fact that the development is taking place on an old industrial area in Belfast reduces pressure on greenfield sites on the outskirts of Belfast, and it also improves the environment for the population of Belfast. So the fact that this brownfield site is being improved and redeveloped, these are all positives, and this is one aspect of the development which is sustainable. Aspect 2 relates to jobs. Jobs are in the centre of Belfast. This results in long commuting times, congestion and increased pollution as people travel into Belfast for work. The fact that this development creates a large number of residential dwellings allows the population to live close to the area, and this is therefore much more sustainable because it reduces commuting times, pollution and congestion on the main arterial routes in and out of Belfast. Third area is the fact that this development is very close to the CBD. This allows there to be dedicated bus services, pedestrian walkways and cycle routes, and again these all reduce pollution and the burning of fossil fuels because people aren't required to travel long distances to use the services that are available in the central business district. Aspect 4 states that some of the area is heavily polluted as part of the industrial past. So some of the industrial processes that happened in this area in the past have left pollution. This pollution will be removed, and where possible construction materials will be reused. So if there are materials available on the sites, they'll be reused rather than being disposed of. This will be supplemented by other locally available environmentally responsible materials. Again, clearly all sustainable. Aspect 5 says that all of the buildings will be constructed in a bid to reduce CO2 emissions, and again this is clearly sustainable. Aspect 6 states that the development is located in an important coastal site as part of Belfast Lough. The company aim to support and improve biodiversity, and they will do this by creating landscaped areas and habitats in this local area. If we come across and look at number 7 on the next page, the development is aimed at enhancing the local communities. So one strategy is the Newtonards Road 2012 project, and the aim is to regenerate the area and strengthen links between the Titanic Quarter and East Belfast, so they're strengthening links with the local communities that have traditionally lived in this area. Number 8 states that the Titanic Quarter construction will bring 15,000 jobs, and there will be 20,000 permanent jobs when the project is finished. Wide range of jobs, and this improves the job prospects for people in the local area, and again this is clearly positive. If you come across now and have a look at the example question, it says, for a named MEDC city, explain which means gives reasons, how a planning scheme has improved the inner city area, and assess to what extent the scheme is sustainable. So if we think about our notes, and think about what that means for us, and we try to write an essay plan, the first thing that we would want to do is state our case study. So say that we are looking at the Titanic Quarter development, which is in Belfast. I would choose a minimum of 2 PEE statements which explain how the inner city area is being improved, and I would look to have at least 2 fact, figure, place built into those 2 PEE statements. Finally, I would look to have some sort of personal comment as to whether I think this development is sustainable or it's not. And clearly from our notes we're going to argue for the fact that it is very sustainable. So that's your plan of a typical answer that we would like to use our notes to produce. If we have a look at the mark scheme, an answer which addresses both aspects of the question, so it explains and it assesses the sustainability. So you can see that our plan does that. Good geographical detail with at least 2 fact figures. We've already said we want to see that in it, and relates to the question for top level 3. Let's have a look at this example answer down below. So we can see here that Titanic Quarter in Belfast is the first thing that we need to see here. It's transforming this brownfield site into an area of mixed land use. There's our first figure with over 7,500 apartments, including some social housing projects. So that's point, explain, expand. There is to be a Titanic signature project incorporating a museum to the Titanic ship, 3rd level education campuses, lots of offices, and even a cruise liner berth. They also plan to provide local services like healthcare centres and day nurseries for children. So those are the 2 point, explain, expands, and there's our second figure, the fact that it's going to cost £5 billion. The final statement from here to here says that the company is trying to create a community which has a long-term future and which includes the other local areas in order to create a sustainable future for the area. So that's the sustainable personal comment at the end, explaining how sustainable the scheme is. It says here, accept other valid answers. So therefore you can see how our plan and our notes would hit top level 3, 8 out of 8 for this question. Thank you.